we're out with the ProBoat Impulse 32. I finally got the QS6 6mm plugs on my batteries, so I don't need a wire harness anymore. Basically just plug them all together and it's good to go. The way I've got this set up, I've got a positive 2-degree angle on the strut. The outside trim tabs are pretty much neutral or 0 degrees. The inside trim tabs on both sides are -3 degrees. So we hit 50 miles an hour. Let's check our temperatures. Looking at the battery. ESC is 107. Check back of the motor is under 90. 110, 120, I guess, depending on where you look at it. That's 110 there. Plugs are 112. So yeah, for that run, I actually adjusted the inside and the outside trim tabs by 1 turn on that nut, and it looks like it ran well. It was pretty planted. I do have the batteries all the way towards the bow, so I got back and measured it. The inside trim tabs are at -4 degrees. The outside trim tabs are at -2 degrees. So -2 on both sides, and then the insides are -4 degrees, both sides. Again, the strut is a positive 1.5, 2 degrees. The trim tabs are about 1 millimeter above the surface of the hull, bottom of the hull. So they are not flush to the bottom. I'm getting ready to run the Impulse 32 again today, weather permitting. And just wanted to confirm the angles on my trim tabs and on my strut. So yesterday I got it running pretty well, and just want to make sure my setup is still the same. So what I'm going to use today, it's the Gem Red brand level box. That's what they call it. It'll check for level, but then you can also set it to where you can zero it out and use it as an angle comparator. So we're going to turn this thing on. You just hit the on button. Now it shows an error because I'm holding it down. If you hold it past a certain angle, it'll error out. Now you can go side to side because you're measuring the angle, but if you tilt it front to back, you'll get an error if you go too far. So today, let's see where we're at. So we're going to start with the strut. There is a magnet on the bottom, so if you have something metallic, it'll stick, but obviously it's a fiberglass hull, so you just got to kind of balance it on the keel. It is definitely sensitive. I'm going to zero it out. Pretty close. So now I'm going to take it from the keel. I'll put it on the strut. Go back to the keel. I've checked it a couple times. It's between a degree, it's about 1.5 degrees. So that's our strut. To check our trim tabs, we got to get this mostly level, so I got to prop the side up. Okay, so I've got it propped up. So now, because I moved it, the level has changed, so I got to zero this out again. So there we go. So now, inside trim tab, outside trim tab. So we'll measure the inside trim tab first. So basically a -4-degree angle. Yeah, so about 4-degree negative angle on the inside trim tab. Let's make sure we're still level there. And then the outside trim tab, yeah, about almost 2 degrees. All right, so we got 4 degrees on the inside trim tab, 2 degrees on the outside. So we'll turn the boat around and check the other side. All right, so now we're on the other side. This is the rudder side. So again, we got to zero this out. There we go. So this should be 4 degrees. Pretty much right there. And 0. This should be 2. So there you go. So inside trim tab, outside trim tab, pretty much the same on both sides. So it looks like we're all ready to go.